I want to get into Modern. What a better financial decision in my life right now than just to throw money at the screen to play some Magic the Gathering online, right? I want to get into Modern and have the platform already there, install with an account. All it takes is just choose a rental service and get into it. I've been practicing Cockatrice, that if you don't know is the free-to-play alternative. One of them, Humans, Infect, Taxes, Merfolk, typical junk you'll find in a Friday Night Magic some years ago. My problem comes when browsing through the meta. I find these decks, right, that are now the meta decks. I'm aware of them. This was wanted to check some prices, right? This is the prices in real life, in paper. This is online. That will be the platform I want to use because online is great. The level there is great. It's the best players. I've been playing Arena lately, and no offense, but I feel like I get worse. I stopped playing Magic for a while, and I came back, and I feel I'm a god in Arena. And when I should be like relearning a lot of things, a lot of tricks, lot of the format. I didn't know the format when I got back to Arena, and every time I play there, I feel like I'm getting worse. So I feel like I always like learning new thing, learning a new format in Magic. It's always been fun, and I just want to play and get better at it, right? And so when browsing the format, this is the decks we can find. Look at this Sky Control. To go play, it's 100 bucks. One ticks, 1 bucks. Ticks are the MTGO, Magic the Gathering Online, the platform's currency. The One Ring 260. This is online again, no on paper, right? Subtlety is probably expensive. Where is Subtlety? Don't hide from me. 20 bucks each Subtlety. For a playset will be almost 100 bucks online. You could also argue that stuff like Control is historically expensive, and that's true in a way, right? So let's check Boros. I want to play Boros Energy. Ajani is completely broken. I would like to play Blood Moon's main board, and honestly, right now, I don't think this is a better deck for Blood Moon than Boros. This one doesn't have it, but you will replace like one Static Prism, maybe a couple amulets, and put some three Blood Moons. And you can see an aggro deck, 360 ticks. And you go through the deck, right? Rabagan, 32. Ajani, 85. Plates, the same as Control, 150. And this is gonna be something that repeats itself along the meta. It feels like Modern right now is not expensive because it's always been expensive. Because I'm just trying to get into the game online, right? It feels this is expensive because the power creep is so high that it's just the same few cards being way over the top in terms of price. Goddess Vengeance, what's gonna be expensive? Grief, Force of Negation, Solitude. Right? You will think like the thing you resurrect, because this is a resurrection deck, is gonna be the most expensive, but it's not that far away from all the staples that we've been getting in Modern Horizons 3, and this is not even that expensive, right? Mardu Energy, well, it's the same deck, right? Mono Black Mid Range is like the Necrodominance, right? Grief again. Orsis Bowmaster, something that we didn't mention before, and it is in Mardu Energy, or at least some copies of them. The One Ring again. It feels like it's the same few cards, and if I'm trying to find something I like that is not push it away, but this power creep, honestly, I'm having a hard time. But on top of that, I don't want to get a subscription and then maybe only play from time to time. Subscription can vary for like this amount up to 400 will be like 35-40 bucks, which is not the worst thing. The problem is you want to switch from one of these to one that goes a little bit above 400, like Mardu Energy. Let's put that as an example. All of a sudden you go up to 70 bucks, 80 bucks per month just to play the cards. I can say, well, Magic has always been expensive. When talking about rental services, I don't have to. I want to pretend like it's the fault of the rental services platforms, right? They're doing a great job trying to make this semi-affordable. Obviously, they make money too. It's not charity, but I'm fine with that. The problem is that everything like we have in the meta right now is expensive because of the last a few sets that got into modern, right? Because Snapcaster Mage is not even worth $1. It's one of the when I was playing modern, it used to be one of the most expensive cards. Yeah, like Arid Mesa, $8, but it's the whole two, right? It's $4 a fetch land. That's not expensive at all. Like I'm aware that modern is expensive. Look at that, Ruby Stone. Why is Ruby Stone so cheap when wasn't the most expensive deck? But Grapeshot, for example, used to be kinda expensive because it's just RAL as a new card, right? Wish maybe it's not something that used to be used in the past, so maybe the price is high because of that. And then the rest is just mana morph and the lands, really, right? That's why it's cheap. I don't think I want to play Ruby Storm right now. It's taking a lot of hate in the format. Right through the bridge. Why it's expensive? The One Ring, again, we see that back and forward, man. That back and forward, like everything is expensive because of the same two cards. Ossis Bowmaster, Subtlety, Force of Negation. I haven't wanted to go into check Merfolk. I don't think Merfolk is that bad position right now. But you check the prices and you're like, holy shit, 200 ticks. And then you browse through it and it's like, Force of Negation. It's already a quarter of the deck. A quarter of the deck. Subtlety, sideboard, another quarter of the deck. You're spending half the price of the deck into cards that are not even specific to the deck. I'm not even paying for the Vial. I'm not even paying for the where the Cameron Souls. Here we are. I don't know why this guy doesn't have 4. Maybe 4 is a mistake. Okay, I don't know about Merfolk, but it's not even the Cameron Souls used to be expensive. The Aether Vial, I have them in paper, used to be expensive. No, it's just the same two cards, and I know it's just breaking my balls. Honestly, it's just breaking my balls. I don't want to use this term, not because it's offensive, whatever. I don't give a fuck about that, right? It's just it is really breaking my balls, dude. I always use the breaking my balls, ironically, so that's why I don't want to use it. Grief again. Physic Frog, I love that card. I want to play it, right? I want to play Dimir. Where are the Dimir decks? Give me the Dimir decks. Goblins? What the hell, Goblins? Where are the Dimir decks? Meal? No, thanks. See, the Meal. Why is Meal that expensive? It's not that lot, but it's $140, right? Was it that expensive? No, this 80. Okay. It's because of the same fucking two cards. This is a budget deck. It's supposed to be a budget deck. Where is the ghost coming? On the City Sewers is $20? That's kind of nuts, honestly. I thought it would be like, because they have some force negation, something like that. I know where the 8 is coming from. Okay, this one is decent, but I'm not gonna fucking play Milling, right? Fuck that deck. Might as well just play Burn in that case. Amulet Titan always been expensive, right? Where is I don't find the blue-white Mortai. There you go. Mortai, 376. I think again, like this barely. The prices are here more or less orientative, but then you go to a website, it's gonna be a bit more expensive. Then the availability, you don't know if there's everything gonna be available when you order them. Again, I don't wanna blame the companies selling you or lending you the cards, rather, because they're doing what they can. If the card is expensive, everyone demands it. What they're supposed to do? Look at that, $100, a third, a bit below a third. It's just the Bowmasters. The Physic Frog is also new, still not expensive, but it will be in a few days. Subtlety, Murktide, 4 Murktides? Holy shit, this had to be wrong. 4 Murktides? Man, you wanna eat things with the frog to have flying? How you pay for the 4 Murktides? Maybe you just discard them and fuck it, right? Where's the Force of Negation? Another 70. See the difference? See the difference? You go here, okay, Fatal Push is not supposed to have like 20 Fatal Push in paper. Right, Spell Pierce, that's just nothing. Counter Spell is nothing. But then you go to Force Negation, one of them, almost $20 already. I don't know what in the City Sewers is so expensive. Because it's the Surveillance is that expensive. Again, new card, so hey, it's expensive. Subtlety, another $20. Force of Negation, it's just the same over and over again. And I want to get into the format I used to play taxes, have a lot of the taxes cards in paper. For example, this will be a taxes, right? But oh, look at that, it's very cheap, right? Yeah, good luck playing this. I don't care that it's getting some results. I don't even know how this guy got 28th. I've been lucky, no? I don't wanna like it's probably very good playing this, but I don't think this wins. I've been testing stuff and I don't see how this wins in the current meta. I don't see how it does, man. Maybe a few weeks ago, when the meta was still trying to figure out itself, but it's like right now it's so the meta is so constrained. That's one of my problems. Into the four same cards everywhere that are Ring, Subtlety, Orthis Bowmasters, and Plates. This is the four cards that honestly I'm like, I'm kind of tired of that. Dude, what the fuck is this thing? It has one league at least. And it is 1 week. People really playing this? Dude, I know there was a goblin hierarch. What the heck? Dude, I used to love goblins. That's the thing, 120. Like, I can just play one of the budget decks, right? And have some fun, play Infect, play something else, play taxes. But it's just, I know that in this meta, they're gonna get destroyed. How you fight versus Plates? How you fight versus Galvanic? It's no longer a Bolt. It's no longer a Bolt. The typical, I don't have Hexproof, but I have Mutagenic to put aside of the Bolt ranks. Wrong. Galvanic on you. Okay. Mutagenic. Okay, now I'm gonna spend the energy on it. Your creature dies. That's it. You're dead. Right? And then on top and Wrath of the Skies for one energy. Like, the meta right now is so brutal versus this type of deck. I've been getting even Force of Negation against Vial in my taxes. It's not playable, man. It's not playable. People will disagree. People will say you're just overreacting. It's just not playable. You play your Vial in turn 1, and the opponent is gonna do Force of Negation, and you're gonna say, well, it's 2 for 1. It's 2 for 1, but you used to destroy control with Vial. And I think Force of Negation is great, don't get me wrong. It adds a lot of versatility and a lot of the things that we love in Legacy for Modern, right? Like the interaction between combo and control. And I don't mind also this thinner format where, yeah, Force of Negation is very strong, also Flates, so the decks are a bit thinner, right? I just feel like the format that we used to play, that is Modern, is no longer what it used to be, right? It's gone. And you're gonna say, well, yes, formats evolved, yeah. But why Modern was Modern was because the meta was super wide. You could play very random things and still wins from people. You could play from elves to humans to merfolk. In terms of tribal, you could go Death and Taxes, you could go Control, you could go a combo with an Nausion, Blue Red Storm, Titan. There were already Reanimator, obviously, it's back in the day. And there was such a broad amount of decks, Blue Throne, right? Such a amount of decks in the format. Right now, what it feels like Modern is more like a standard format with the price of Legacy. It's what it feels right now. It's like, it's expensive as fuck, but you are not like, I'm gonna play this that I like, that Modern used to have. No, you're gonna need to play to pay the tax and play Plates. Or what? You're gonna be the only guy not playing Plates? I saw Outlaw the tournament. I saw the Apex Gaming finals yesterday. Man, the Sky Control that in other format he would have taken like 30 turns to win, particularly versus Eldrazi mid-range, or Eldrazi through the bridge in this case it was. Instead, they use Chormol, Plates, and destroy the... Like, it felt like an aggro deck, dude. It felt like an aggro deck. This is a 6-6 that helix your face. You have Arena, enters, 3 damage to the face, attacks, another 3 damage to the face. That's 12 damage. That's 12 damage for 4 mana. I'm aware that you need to play before and then... But the clock is like ridiculous. It's absurd. It's completely absurd. Completely power level has been completely changed from what we used to play. It's been increasing in a way that I think it's gonna hurt the format in the future. Because what do you do now? Right? And it's my fear. Okay, I get into the Dimir Control. Okay, I'll pay the 80 bucks per month. Well, this will be more like 100 bucks, if not more, if not 200 per month, and you don't own anything, right? You get into this, whatever, I'll get better, right? I'll learn the deck, I'll learn the pairings, I made my sideboard guide, I'll test the sideboard depending on the matchups, I'll do my leagues, try to improve. All that motivates me, right? Until the next pack of disgusting cards come out, and then all this Bowmaster is gonna get overwhelmed by the new creep. Now Force of Negation is not that good because there's something else, or maybe Subtlety won't be as good because the new power creep of creatures and spells. Don't care about this because there's enough card advantage that, I know, just putting examples, right? Very bad examples, I'm aware, but it's what I mean. Like, Modern used to be one thing, and with this new power creep, is something completely different. And I feel like if I get now, look at this Hammer Time. This used to be a budget deck. This is supposed to be the budget type of decks, right? And it's expensive because of why? Nadu? No, Nadu's not even that expensive. No one wants to play that deck anymore since it's gonna get banned. It's expensive because Arid Mesa, Urza Saga. Urza Saga, 50 bucks. It's a land. It's a fucking land. It's not even the Cavern of Souls. This is expensive because it's fucking broken. Because it's a land that eventually puts something in play. It's not even a tutor. It puts it directly into play. In the case of this deck, it will be like, what, Omnitopter? I can search for Omnitopter. Ah, okay, I know, I understand now. What you do is you create tokens, then search for Omnitopter, and with the Port Steel Paladin, the equipments will be cheap, right? That's why it's so good in this deck. 3 or more artifacts, and it's exactly what you need. Because you can pay when it goes to 2, right? The saga goes to 2. You pay 2, you get a token, and when it goes to 3, you, in response to your own trigger, you can do 2 again and create another one. Ornithopter comes and it's already 3 artifacts. Again, Urza Saga, another example, is a stupid land, super overpowered, that completely took over the meta too, because, hey, it's just, there's nothing like that. And my fear is like this thing format that doesn't allow me to play what I want, because what I want cannot match with the threats in the format. The next, in 4 months, in 3 months, it's gonna rotate out like standard does rotate, right? And all I learn, or all been renting, all I, even if purchase, if I want to buy a deck, is no longer be good anymore. And I feel like we used to complain about standard when we were playing modern. Yeah, I play modern, right? We used to hear that. I play modern because it doesn't rotate. I don't like it rotating. I want to play my deck, right? That's the reason we play modern before instead of a standard. And now that's gone. Now that's gone. If I want to play Taxes, I've been considering playing Taxes with Guide of Souls. Why? Because it's broken. I'm seeing decks already with a Yanni, even if you don't care about Yanni any other way. It's just great value, right? I'm thinking about splashing red in attacks that just to get plates. It's just the power creep right now is just overwhelming. And the meta is you can say is a lot of things. Ask more food. How the fuck is this one? Oh my god, is this card? Is this expensive? Again, the prices are more expensive than it shows here, okay? How is this so expensive? Because of the Fable. Again, the same cards. Now it's more than 2 or 3, but how is this expensive? The Urza Saga again. Mother of God, this is supposed to be the wacky, Yankee combo deck that hey, gets you, but it's fun and has some cool combos, but it's cheap at the same time. Look at that, Street Weight. It used to be super expensive, Street Weight. But now it's the Urza Saga, because that's the new one. And I feel like very frustrating. Very, very frustrating that I have this feeling of I want to play modern, and it's a format right now that I don't even know where to start, what deck to play, and I need to invest a lot of money for something that won't last, right? It won't last. The One Ring might get banned, might get restrained, they may not change it. This is going to become something that pairs well with the One Ring, right? It's going to become something that pairs with that. It's going to become something that answers plates, answers subtlety, answers Force of Negation. And the old cards, Vial, the old cards, Even Snap cards that is seen less play because it's one card advantage in your hand because you need to exile a card. That's why it's seen less play. Like the Cavern of Souls that used to be expensive. All that what used to be expensive is no longer expensive anymore online. It's all about the new cards, and in a few months it's gonna be yet the new cards again. So sorry for this rant. I thought it was an interesting rant. Just wanna get into modern. I wanna learn. I wanna get better. The standard is cool and all that, but holy shit, how is this so expensive, man? Again, used to be Blizzard Blossom, so the reason why it was so expensive. Okay, Steelers. Blizzard Blossom is still expensive. I know this is, yeah. See, like this is in paper. That's fine because this will retain the value. But when you're playing something online, you cannot tell me hey, it's worth it. You cannot tell me just you play any random deck and because it has Force of Negation because it's the closest we have to Force of Will, no? And you kinda need to play it. Dude, I can't believe this is $20. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Because it says place in Living End sideboard. In the sideboard on Living End. And Subtlety, again, it's the same fucking 4 cards. Mutable, used to be like not super expensive, but some expensive. Dress Down, again, because it says play now, right? Again, the meta, the cost of things always in Modern has been like what gets played Tarmogoyf if everyone wants it, right? But sometimes, not necessarily, it's just a matter also of expectation of something to hold the value. And also in terms of holy shit, Boros Stormblade. That was something I was thinking with the hash plates. Something like this I will wanted to play. But I don't think this is good enough. I will have like Magnus of the Moon. Main board, that's one of the reasons to go red. But see, Ajani, I know why he only plays 3. Legendary rule doesn't matter in Ajani because if you play the second one, you're gonna flip it. No Magnus on the Moon, no Blood Moon. That will be that hard, that expensive. And I thought about playing this, but I think the power level is there. 15 in a Modern Challenge, good for him, but look at that, 250 ticks for a deck that is hard to get competitive because Solitude is the other, right? Along with the Subtlety and Grief, cards like that. Super expensive, right? Plates, super expensive. Stoneforge Mystic, I don't even know what Stoneforge Mystic. There you go. Only online now. Online used to be, but it's not anymore. It's Ajani, Solitude, and Plates, the expensive stuff. I know this one is interesting. I will play like a main board Magnus on the Moon that you can search it with. I guess he doesn't have. How the fuck this guy does well? I guess he slams Archon of Emeria every turn. And then with Plates, gains a lot of life versus aggro. And puts a good clock versus control with Esper Sentinel. But honestly, I feel like Vial has been not that good anymore, right? Because of Force of Negation versus control. I mean, it's a lot of decks that don't have Force of Negation, but to me, it's like the same 4 cards over and over again. Turn 1, Grief to remove the Vial. Even though the Vial is not particularly good versus this card decks because it's 1 card less. But I don't know, I just feel like it's the same 4 cards no matter what archetype you play, and didn't used to be like that. So recommend me some deck that does well in Modern in the comments, please. I want to get into it. Honestly, I don't want to play something like Jan Aggro or Grul Aggro. Right, this is, I don't know what this is called, Jan. Is Grul Aggro, no? Is that Dismember or something somewhere? Because of the Ragos Charm. 2, destroy target artifact. For the graveyard. Each creature. And I guess that can get a lot of damage done versus Boros Energy. Cool tech. But it's a Grul with that splash for that, right? I want to get into something like that. In fact, I think it's just borderline unplayable. This Boro decks we just saw, like, I don't think it's like good. And I don't know. Recommend me something. Tell me something. Am I wrong at this? Like, is Modern still exciting? It is because it's a more competitive format in a way, and the interactions are cool with the new cards, with Force of Negation and Solitude and all that. But in another way, it's like, yeah, I want to play a Vial deck. Hey, you are blue, Force of Negation and Solitude. Subtlety. And you are in a white Death and Taxes style. we saw, like I told you need to splash for plates. Why not? Because plates is OP, so you splash for plates. And I bet that guy won a lot of games like that. I don't know. Feels a bit depressing because of that. Feels a bit depressing. I want to get into this, but I just don't know. Is this banned Stormblade with the Nadu? Of course it is. Hey, this one is cool, but now it's gonna get banned. If doesn't, maybe we should check this out in the future. Anyway, sorry for the run. I don't know if it's particularly interesting, this one, but well, tell me what you guys think. See you in the next one.